squat, a couple things. We remember that our feet are a little bit wider than our hips, our chest is nice and tall, and our butt and hips are going to sink back in our squat. Now, when you're holding one dumbbell overhead, it's going to be pretty tough to maintain the knees back. The biggest thing that's going to happen is in this movement, you act like a seesaw. So when I tell you to get your knees back, usually your chest and your arm drops forward. When you try to pull your arm and your chest back, usually your knees shoot forward. So our goal is to keep both back, both your arm back over your shoulder and your knees back behind your toes for this movement. Like I said, it's going to be pretty tough for those of you with shoulder flexibility issues, so make sure you start a little bit lighter in this workout. So your dumbbell is going to be up overhead. Now remember, anytime our dumbbell is overhead, we've been talking about this in our videos, our bicep is to the ear, and you're really pressing tall on that weight so that chest stays nice and tall. Your bicep is to that ear. Now your feet are in your squat stance. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit. That chest is going to stay nice and tall. You can have your other hand out for balance. It's up to you. And you're going to drop down to the bottom of that squat, trying to keep that dumbbell over your shoulder without it coming forward or without bending your arm, okay? So chest is tall, all the way down, all the way up into that squat. Tricep dip, your hands are going to be on the edge of whatever you're using, and you really want to make sure your shoulder blades are down and back. We can get into this really bad internally rotated position with our shoulder forward, and you're going to find you'll probably tweak your shoulder from this position, just like we wouldn't go into a wide push-up this way. You want to think about that same thing for this tricep dip. So shoulder blades down your back, hands on the edge of the seat. You're going to come off the seat with those legs. Now, a bent knee is going to be a little bit easier. It allows you to press through your heels and give yourself a little assistance. So coming down, getting that full depth, and pressing up through those hands. Down and up. Go a little bit harder. You can take those feet out straight, same thing, dropping down and fully extending back up. Another way to make it even harder is to elevate your feet on something, get them off the ground completely. You want to make sure shoulder blades down your back, you're getting that shoulder below the elbow each time, and then you're really pressing through those hands, getting that full extension. Okay, that's the tricep dip. All right, guys, next we're going to talk about our wall squat. This is going to be for the non-equipment version of today's workout. We do the wall squat a lot in our squat. All right, guys, next we're going to talk about our wall squat. This is going to be in the non-equipment version of today's workout. We do this a lot in class for squat therapy. It's a really great way to get the shoulders and the thoracic and the entire upper back really stretched out, plus perfect your normal air squat. We use the wall as a tool, so our knees, again, don't go too far forward over our toes, and it allows us to keep our chest tall. So a couple things before I turn towards the wall. One, you want to keep your hands inside the parameters of your feet. So what I don't want is you going against the wall with those hands really wide, okay? I want those hands up and keeping your biceps close to your ears, inside the feet, okay? Next, try not to touch the wall. It's easy in this position to kind of lean against the wall with our hands. Your goal in this workout is to keep your hands off the wall and to keep your arms as straight as possible. Our lower body is doing nothing different than what we do in an air squat out on the ground, okay? Our feet are a little bit wider than our hips, and our goal is to be as close to the wall as we can. As you get better at the wall squat, you'll be able to scoot closer and closer. As you're just getting started, go ahead and stay further back, okay? It gives us a little bit of room in our upper body, and you won't have to lean against the wall. So in this wall squat, hands are up, biceps to the ears, Feet are a little bit wider than the hips, toes are pointed out. We're gonna drop down into the bottom of that squat, keeping that chest tall, not touching the wall with our hands, keeping it up, and then standing. If that was easy, step forward a little bit. If that was tough and you were buckling forward, go ahead and step back a little bit. Okay, so the wall squat will be facing the wall without touching it, being as close as you can. Eventually, you'll get to where hopefully you can put your toes on the wall and still maintain that good squat position. Good luck.